Hey there, this is Dr. Pod, Larry Podsabinski. Hey, different meandering ideas tonight, progression of ideas, was to start with telling you that recently, when you're in my category and you have, well, I had the one illness, but now the back is the main dilemma. Trying to walk very far without having to sit down and stop and stretch and crack your back on the sidewalk, laying down side on your, pushing yourself up, and it's ridiculous to try to go anywhere or do anything. So I live alone, estranged, and I wish it wasn't that way. I have an open heart for someone. That soulmate thing was lost for many decades until someone used the word more recently, and I thank her for that. But idea returned to my heart. But it's neither here nor there because I have no money. It's all about cash, and I reject the cash society. And so anyway, I was saying in my category where you deal with insurance and paying for medication and making sure it's all lined up so you can get everything that you need to stay well, right? I got serious problems if I don't have my medication. So I set a tight leash. What the medication keeps me is I'm married to my medication, basically. That's it. It has to be it. It has to come first or nothing else will work. So, well, that sucks as far as that goes. But anyways, I live with it though, and so I was talking to this person who I deal with the insurance for into my medical treatment, and I said, I started this YouTube channel some years now ago to talk about schizophrenia and how to understand what people go through with it and how to combat it, treat it, and get over it, control over yourself again from the control it takes over you, and. But I said the world's gotten our society's gotten so crazy in general that half the people are crazy, and so you can't tell them about craziness of schizophrenia when they're half of them are crazy or more or crazier than they are now. Nowadays it's just pointless to try to convey about real craziness when everybody is crazy over their fantasy ideas or glitz and glamour ideas, or I don't know what the people go through people's minds, but all the money, cash. I don't see that kind of cash. So if you're got back a good back and you can run that kind of heavy equipment, make that kind of good money, more power to you. Because I can't do it. I wish I could have some portfolio put away to attract some chicks, but it ain't happening that way. So for me, what else was I gonna do? I was gonna say, this is about the fifth time I've done this tonight or so. So I was gonna play a little piece for you, just existentially, in the moment. I was saying, if I get in a moment of freedom from my pain from my back, I'll do something like play on these keyboards, something I enjoy from the freedom from the pain. Or otherwise, if I don't play on a keyboard, sometimes I don't feel like doing it. And because there's work around here that needs done. We're going through my homemade, new homemade, and I are going through a major decluttering job, uncluttering. Spell check comes up both ways, so which one's right? But we've gotten, like, I swear, out of my 7 file drawers, I've stacked up. If you stack it up in a perfect pile of papers by themselves, it would have been 22 inches high. Come out of my filing 7 drawers so far to be trashed and disposed of. So this is really cool because it's a major decluttering. I still got files to go through and sort and see which the ones need to be there and don't, and what order they go in. And but it's coming along fine. The wires, the boxes of wires and old computer parts and junk like that doesn't need kept around here has been disposed of. You can't sell it. You can't recycle it where I live here, out in the middle of Bumpkinville. I mean, I don't mean that as a put down to the locals, but I don't know, man. I didn't grow up here. I live like a city dweller inside the compartment. The compartment here. You see the walls. I don't pay attention to what goes on outside them. So I am not really like the area here, countrified. Like I guess a city dweller, just in my compartment, like in a city. And I guess I grew up that way, and I don't like it. I wish I would have grown up in the country. But my back is out, and it needs worked on, and I don't know what it needs. I'm going to have to try some doctoring here in a couple of weeks with the primary family practice doctor. See what she can recommend me, refer me to some treatments for further cartilage between my vertebrae. Need some juice put in them, gel put in them, or whatever they do to it, steroids. So, I don't know, but something needs done because the pain gets to be too much just moving around, trying to walk very far. And, oh man, I used to be able to walk. Who do I blame? This is what I said. What is it going to be, 8 minutes? This will be a 10-minute one. Okay, so I had an aide that we had gotten approved the extra time, like for about 9 or 10 weeks before she moved on. And, but it helped in that 8 or 10 weeks. It took like 8 or 10 times to walk to the top of the hill to the mailroom and back. But then at the end, I made it without stopping at all. After those several, but that was 2 years ago now. And in the time being, I had an aide who didn't have the time for this, and I kept mentioning it to the case manager. And then when she mentioned rollator to me, the rollator is the thing you push on and you sit on, and and I don't want on a rollator. I wanted my walks back. I told her, so I pushed that issue and I got my walks back. But it's 2 years later now, and is the walking going to be enough to get me back into shape? I don't know. Oh, I wish this were Amsterdam and they could give me a pass for the physical therapy district. If you get my meaning. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's that way there. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. So anyways, we're at 9:30. So I like to be spontaneous in the moment, stay home, be quiet, not spend money. I reject a caste-based society. So if you're going to meet me there, you're not going to find me there. If you're going to meet me for some fun and conversation and intellectual depth and clarity of philosophic existence, then you meet me there. And I'll talk to you then. Have fun now and contact me how you do. Bye now. Hope somebody you're out there.